A $1 million house in Ashburn and a $1 million house in Aldie can give you two completely different lives. One may give you more house, newer systems, and possibly a lower monthly bill. The other may give you less house, cost you more to maintain, and still be the smarter buy for your family. Change where you work and the right answer can completely flip it. And in most of these conversations, there are two people who want different things. One of them is looking for a bigger, newer house further out. The other one is already doing the math in their head about 7 in the morning. Neither of them say it out loud for about 3 weeks. I'm Atif Khan with Deluxive Homes, and I have been in Northern Virginia for 39 years, and I live in this part of Loudoun County. Ashburn and Aldie are only 12 miles apart. But choose the wrong one for your life and you are going to feel those 12 miles every single day. Let me give you the whole comparison. But I have to fix one thing first because it changes everything that comes after it. Neither one is a single place. Ashburn covers Ashburn Village, Ashburn Farms, and mostly older neighborhoods with mature trees. It covers Broadlands, which is newer. It covers Brambleton and One Loudoun, which are newer but still much more packed together. These neighborhoods do not feel anything alike. Aldie is even more confusing. Search it online and you may see the little historic village along Route 50 and horse farms further out. But the Aldie that most people watching this video are comparing includes Stone Ridge, Willowsford, Lena Mill, Virginia Manor, and the newer communities along Route 50 corridor. You have a grocery store, doctors, hospital, library, parks, restaurants, and regular suburban neighborhoods. It is not the middle of nowhere. Keep driving further west, though, and it does become much more rural. That is a completely different purchase. You are not simply picking a town. You are picking a house, a road, an HOA, and a school boundary, and a daily routine. The town name on the mailing address does not tell you all of it, what the same money buys. So before I break down the prices, stop comparing Ashburn's overall online price to Aldie's overall online price. Ashburn has a large mix of condos, older townhomes, newer townhomes, and single-family homes. Aldie has completely different mix. It's got some larger share of newer townhomes and detached homes. You are not comparing the two equal piles of houses. And these are the general examples. Inventory changes every single week. And one unusual listing can make the price range look different for a few days, around $600,000. So in Ashburn, you are generally looking at a condo or an older townhouse. Most likely a condo. You may find something from the 1990s with roughly 1,600 to 2,200 to 2,000 square feet. Whether the kitchen, windows, roof, heating, and air and bathrooms have already been updated can make a huge difference in what the home really cost you. You see, in Aldie, that price usually puts you in a condo, a townhouse style condo, or possibly a smaller townhouse, depending on the exact inventory. The building may be newer, but watch the fees. Some properties have a condo fee plus another community or HOA fee. Do not judge it by the purchase price alone. Around $850,000, this is where we need to be really honest. In Ashburn, $850,000 does not give you a big, easy selection of detached homes anymore. wah, wah, wah. But you may find an older or smaller detached home, the one that needs work or listing with some other trade-off. But much of your normal selection will be larger or newer townhouses. In Aldie, $850,000 gives you a better chance at a detached home, depending on the neighborhood, the condition, the size, and what is available that week. That is one of the biggest differences between the two areas. At the same price, Aldie may get you into the detached home category, while Ashburn may keep you attached or force you to accept an older home with more work ahead. Around $1 million, this is a cleaner single-family comparison. In Ashburn, you may be looking at an older detached home in Ashburn Farm, Ashburn Village, or parts of Broadlands, or a small or more tightly packed home in a newer section. You may get mature trees, a finished neighborhood, and faster access east. But the roof, heating and air, windows, kitchen, bathrooms may already be older than the Bush administration or entering their next replacement cycle. In Aldie, that same $1 million often gives you a newer detached home. You may get a more open layout, a larger main bedroom, newer system, and sometimes more usable space. The trees may be smaller, the community may still have construction, and your drive east may be a little bit longer, but that is the trade. An older home in a more established location or a newer home with more space further out. Around 1.1 million and up, in Ashburn, you may be looking at an upper end of Bramilton, Loudoun Valley Estates, Belmont, or other larger detached homes, depending on the exact neighborhood. In Aldie, that can put you into the Willowsford, larger resale homes, or new construction. And I will say this now because it saves people money. A model home can make two grown adults forget that both of them have jobs. Go see it and enjoy it. Just do not sign anything until you understand the drive, the options, the lot premium, the total monthly cost, and what happens if you need to sell while the builder is still working down the street. Now, let's add up what it actually costs. Loudoun County's real estate tax for 2026 is 0.805 per $100, so 0.80 cents per $100 of assessed value, and the general county rate applies on both sides. Neither Ashburn or Aldie has its own separate town real estate tax. But the exact property can still have other charges, special assessment, or community fees. That is why we check the actual address. And let me run the same family twice. Same $1 million budget. Similar basic type of homes. The main thing that I'm changing is where they work. Family number one. Let's say they work in Tysons. The base county tax rate is the same. The HOA may not be. But do not assume that Aldie is always cheaper or Ashburn is always more expensive. The fee follows the exact community, not the town name. Some Ashburn communities have higher fees, but that also includes services like internet or television. Some Aldie properties may have the main HOA fee, a condo fee, or additional charges depending on the property type. Then there is the house itself. With an older Ashburn home, I want you looking very closely at the roof, heating, air, windows, water heater, kitchen, bathrooms, and exterior. A newer Aldie home may have fewer larger replacements coming right away. A real big win, but newer does not mean free. A 10 to 15-year-old heating and air system is not brand new just because the house looks modern. Now, add the drive. From Ashburn, the family may have several routes east depending on the exact address. They may use Route 7, Route 28, Greenway, the Dulles Toll Road access, and some combination of these roads. The toll routes can save time, but using it every day, work day, becomes a real monthly bill. Ask someone who's done it. It's brutal. And you need to calculate the whole route, not just one part of the toll road. From Aldie to Tysons, you may be adding a meaningful amount of time each way depending on the community, the route, and when you leave. That means more gas, more miles on the car, and hours every week that you do not get back. It has a lot of value. Time is everything, my people. That is the actual choice in front of this family. You pay with money, you pay with time, or you make some kind of a trade in between the two. Nobody gets to skip everything. I'm going to say that again. Nobody gets to skip everything. And that extra bedroom is not going to drive to Tysons for anybody. Family number 2 works in Chantilly. Now, the answer may flip. From many Aldie communities along Route 50, Chantilly may be a much easier drive. There may be no daily toll, fewer miles, and less time in the car. From parts of Ashburn, the family may be driving south or southeast across the county every morning. Same 2 areas, same budget, completely different answer. The cheaper house is not the cheaper house until you know where you work, how often you go there, and what route you will actually take. That is why I compare the 2 exact addresses for my clients. Comparing Ashburn to Aldie in general does not tell me enough. One more thing, some addresses are served by Dominion Energy and some are served by Novak. Check the provider for the exact house and look at the actual utility history when possible. 2 more things about the drive. First, do not buy a house based on the promise that traffic will somehow be fixed later. Road projects can help one section while the actual backup remains somewhere else. When somebody says they're widening the road, ask which section. When is it supposed to finish? And whether that section is even where your traffic problem happens. You can redo a kitchen, but nobody has ever moved Route 50. Second, let's talk about the Metro. The Silver Line works, and for the right person, it can be useful. But plenty of people buy near a metro station because it sounds convenient, and then they still drive to work. Before you pay extra for the location, do the entire trip once. Drive from the house to the garage, park, walk to the platform, ride the train, walk from the station to your actual office, then do it again coming home. Now decide what that access is actually worth to you. The drive can feel fine during the first month. It can still feel fine during month 4. But it becomes the whole conversation somewhere around year 2. Usually on a day when somebody needs to leave work early for a school pickup. The trees around that new house will grow. The commute will not shrink. Think about that. Schools. Both areas are served by Loudoun County Public Schools. I do not rank schools, and I do not tell families that one school is better than another. What I will do is help protect you from relying on bad information. Your assigned school are based on the exact address, not simply the neighborhood the neighborhood name, the community name, the town name, or the zip code. And the school information on a listing website can be wrong or outdated. That does not always mean somebody is trying to mislead you. It just means that the information feeds can be old and schools' boundaries can change. Boundary changes have been approved for parts of Ashburn, Dulles North, and Dulles South for the 2026 to 2027 school year. That does not mean every address is changing. It means you need to check your exact address for the correct school year. LCPS has an address tool that can allow you to see the current assignment and already approved future assignments. It's very helpful, so use it for the exact house. Not the model home, not the neighborhood's house, and not another listing in the same community. Then you should verify it with the LCPS planning and the GIS online before you buy. The school board controls attendance boundaries, and no realtor can promise that a home will always remain assigned to the same schools. If you have young kids, check the boring stuff too. Where's the bus stop? What time does the bus come? Does before care or after care actually have space? Does the nearby daycare have openings, or is there a wait list? Those answers can control your mornings for the next 10 years. Groceries, doctors, and weekends. A lot of people think Aldie is far from everything. Wrong, it is not. And Ashburn is not automatically close to everything either. It depends on the exact neighborhood. Ashburn gives you more choices overall. One Loudoun gives you the restaurants, entertainment, shopping, and apartments close together. Brambleton has grocery stores, restaurant, a library parks, a community service, and all of that. Inova Loudoun Hospital is nearby, and the Route 7 corridor gives you a large number of stores, doctors, and restaurants. Aldie is a better setup than more people actually give it credit and expect. Stone Ridge has grocery shopping, has coffee, restaurants, urgent care, doctors, dentists, and everyday services nearby. You also have access to a hospital, a library branch, Dulles Landing, and a Hal and Bernie Hansen Regional Park, which I love, and I take my family there often. Here is the test that matters. Think about the places you use every week. Drop off the kids, go to the grocery store, hit the gym, pick up the dinner, get back home. In Stone Ridge, much of that routine can happen close to the community. In Ashburn Village, your loop can also be very tight, but it points in a different direction. In a brand new community that is still being built, every stop may require getting back into the car. Where Aldie can lose its variety, you may have everything you need but fewer choices. If you like trying a different restaurant every weekend, you may end up driving towards Brambleton, South Riding, Chantilly, or somewhere further east. The older Ashburn neighborhoods often feel settled. You have mature trees, established streets, and a neighborhood who have been lived in for years and years. Some of the newer Aldie communities feel brand new. You may have smaller trees, fresh roads, more amenities, and construction trucks coming through until the neighborhood is complete. Some people love that new energy. Some people are completely done with it by year 2. One map almost nobody checks. The listing tells you what the house is today. The planning and zoning information can help tell you what may end up around it later. 2 things should be checked before you get serious about an address. First, Loudoun County has airport noise, information connected to Dulles Airport. Depending on where the property sits, that contract or property records may include notices connected to the airplane noises and an overflight easement. An overflight easement is a legal right tied to an aircraft passing over the property. There are affected properties in different parts of Loudoun County. Do not guess based on whether you hear a plane during one showing or not. Check the exact address and documents. Second, find out what is approved for the proposed near the house. What is approved or proposed near the house? Is it stores? Is it roads? Is it warehouses? Is it data centers? Is it schools? Is it apartments or a large empty field that may not stay empty? Most homes are not sitting beside a data center. But some of those homes that are close to major development and can definitely affect noise, traffic or views, and future construction. So really pay attention to it. That information needs to be checked before you write an offer, not after you move in. Let's talk about the resale because 3 things really matter later. First, if you buy new in a community that is still being built, you may eventually need to sell against the builder. Sell it in 3 years and your buyer may be able to drive 2 streets over and purchase a brand new house with current finishes. Closing cost help for an interest rate deal. That is not a reason to skip new construction. It is a reason to be honest about how long you expect to stay. Second, older Ashburn homes are judged hard on condition. Buyers look at the edge of the roof, heating and air, windows, kitchen, bathrooms, and other larger items. Buy the dated homes at the dated home price and improve it over time, and that can work very well. But the dated home at the full updated price, and you may end up paying for that kitchen twice. Third, the larger the house and the higher the monthly payment, the smaller the future buyer pool may become. That applies at the top of Willisford. It also applies at the top of Brambleton. And here's a simple way to think about how long you are staying. Under 5 years, be careful about paying the full new construction premium while the builder is still active. From 5 years to 10 years, either areas can work, condition, purchase price, commute, and the exact community can become very important. But over 10 years, you may have more time to use the space, make improvements, and get past the years when you may be competing directly with the builder. I'm not going to tell you that one entire area will always appreciate faster than the other. Anybody who says that with a straight face is guessing. So which one should you choose? I know I threw a lot at you. Ashburn may make more sense if somebody in your house drives east most days. Ashburn may make more sense if you want mature trees, established roads, more nearby choices, and a neighborhood that is already finished. And roughly under $750,000, Ashburn generally gives you a broader selection of condos and townhomes to consider. Aldie may make more sense for you if your work is along the Route 50 or Chantilly side, or if you work from home most days. Aldie may make more sense for you if you want more space, newer system, and a better chance at a detached home for the same money. better chance. Not always. It can also work well if you are comfortable driving further for certain restaurants, entertainment, or services. And Aldie can become a stronger choice when you plan to stay long enough to get past the construction period and to fully use the extra space. Who can regret buying in Ashburn? The buyer who really wanted a larger yard or more house, but the updated kitchen talked them into less space than they actually wanted. And who regrets buying in Aldie? The buyer who wanted the peace and quiet, but purchased in a section with several more years of building and construction traffic ahead. Here's what you should actually do. Pick the single best address you can find in each area. Not the town, the address. Drive both routes at the time you would really leave for work on a normal work day, in the direction you would actually travel. Then do the drive coming home. Look up the school's assignment for both exact addresses. Get the HOA and condo documents for both. Comparing the property taxes, community fees, utilities, tolls, insurance, and what may need to be replaced during the next 5 years. Then follow the 3 simple rules. If the 2 drives are close, buy the better house. If one drive is clearly worse, be honest about who is going to make that drive and whether that person will still be okay with it 2 years from now. And if you're buying a brand new house in a community that is still under construction and there is any real chance that you could sell within 5 years, slow down and understand what you're actually buying before you sign. Most couples have this conversation after they have already fallen in love with the house. Have it first. Send me the 2 addresses you are comparing, along with your budget, where you work, and the type of home you want. I will help you compare the taxes, HOA, schools, drive, utilities, condition, nearby development, and what you may be comparing against when you eventually sell. Scan the QR code on the screen, use the link below, or call or text me at 571-437-1880. I'm Atif Khan with Deluxive Homes, and I keep it real in real estate. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay blessed. Peace.